right, guys, it is 6 o'clock. Not AM, it's PM. So it's Friday today. I am headed to meet up with DJ and TJ. I'm driving the DA out there. I will be able to drive Mid-Ohio. I got a ticket last second. Zero space in my car other than the driver's seat. I'm kind of dreading it already. We got 6 hours, which means I will arrive to Mid-Ohio at 1 in the morning as long as I don't make any stops. You know, I have to suffer. So, but we are cruising out there right now on some 17s. I have a 5.0 final drive on my V16 transmission. 4,500 RPMs on a 205/50 with this transmission setup with these tires. The speedo's off, obviously, but now I get to sit comfortably at 4,100 RPMs. Yeah, let's get it. Getting ready to get back on the road. It's not really too bad anymore. Definitely cooled off a little bit because, you know, it's getting it's probably about like 90 degrees today. The first like hour or so was just kind of mind-boiling. It just sucked. The first hour or so was just terrible. Probably not going to film as much. Try to get through a few hours of driving and just see how far I get. But I heard something fall at one point too, so maybe a good little nut and bolt check when I get to the track. So wish me luck. It's 1:17. I had to come in, make a little pit stop because I'm just exhausted. 206 miles since I last made a update, and I got about another 100 or so to go. So that looked pretty rough. Well, guys, I made it to Mid-Ohio. It's 2:42 a.m. Whatever time this is, because it's not Central Time, so I'm going to lose an hour of sleep on top of the many hours of sleep I've already lost. Mid-Ohio's pretty nice so far. People were nice enough to let me through the door, and I was on my way to find the bathroom, and I got offered beer, so...
so we're at Mid-Ohio racing. We did a full 3 sessions today, and this was the last one.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Jose may have hit the wall. Jose, explain yourself.
I'm so proud of myself.
Why are you proud that you hit the wall? He's not.
I am.
Jose, look at me once.
Jose, how proud are you? I was right behind Jose. Maybe he was pushing in a little bit too much because I was behind him and I was pressuring him a little bit. But you know, we're just out here having fun, and you know, sometimes fun gets the best of you. He overdrove the corner for sure, and he braked too late, well, not too late, but he broke too hard.
Let me explain.
And he hit the wall. So, but he wants to explain.
DJ's following me. I look up in the mirror. I'm trying to see how far wide out he is coming into this corner. And I kind of thought I was already a little too wide. I go to hit the brakes, and I didn't know that the brakes were already locking up.
Literally, he locked up the brakes, and yeah.
Really great the entire way. And then I just didn't have that little bit of communication, and I just completely locked up and centered to the moon.
I mean, there was literally nothing he could do at that point. I mean, he could have maybe hit the gas, tried to turn, tried to make the corner that fast, but the rear was locking up. We're not sure why. We
tried to get on the gas, but I told Blue that as soon as I tried to get on the gas, I was already like reaching for the e-brake because I knew I was going to go off. So I ripped the e-brake and I got the car like sideways, and then it pancaked into the wall. So I literally just perfectly managed that. But
I mean, the car's pretty bad. He definitely ripped up the rear. Definitely has a huge dent in the quarter. The door's okay, just a scratch.
well, day one, pretty much complete. I really didn't get any like in-car footage or anything like that. I think TJ might have a couple clips of his car, but we all ran advance, and I kind of just didn't even think that it would even be an issue to the very last second. But tomorrow we'll get some in-car footage. Hopefully I don't go into a wall again, but everything was actually okay.
I know, but my voice is a little scratchy. It's really pissing out the oil heat too.
Yeah, I saw.
Every run. Went through like 2 quarts of oil.
How's it going, TJ?
It's going. Sweat my ass off.
You like working on cars?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, baby, she's sucking.
I can't believe that actually fucking worked.
Hold it.
Yeah, I need to tighten this.
Not me.
What, because it sinks down?
Yeah.
You just use your foot, pull it back up.
Shut up. Hold it.
The first day of Mid-Ohio was pretty much over.
Jose says a lot.
Yeah, and I cut it out now, so it looks way better in the videos. We never really went over our cars. Pretty much what we got going on with TJ's car. A lot of you guys know DJ's wife's car, so we're just gonna pretty much go over what TJ ended up doing for getting ready for Honda meet and how we built this car overnight.
What's going on? How was your first day so far?
No, what up, what up, what up?
No, not yet. Not today.
Okay.
I'm a little hot.
Yeah.
I had a really good time today. It was rough, to say the least. The first session went pretty well. We showed up late last night, got everything off, unpacked, and then we kind of got out this morning at 9 o'clock, make sure we got teched in and all that fun stuff. Got out the first session. It seemed like it was fairly short, but we all didn't have any issues. It was really just a feeler to see out the track. The track is much different than what I expected. I think DJ can contest to that.
Yeah,
it's
nothing like I've ever driven.
Dude, it's crazy, but it's so fun. It's so fast, and there's so many elevation changes as you're coming in, and a few blind corners that are a little sketchy if you're not prepared for it. So, myself, I was a little tripped out about it just because my beautiful pizza machine has been, this is only its second track day. It got basically put together in a week, like a week, maybe week and a half, before West Michigan Honda meet. So that's why you can see it's a little rough. It has its dings and nicks. This hood probably sat on my parents' garage for 2-3 years. Yeah, it's got some issues. It's got a cracked windshield, all the little stuff. But
And it
from
used to
that
be
side-
pretty.
Yeah, it used to be pretty, and then I turned it into a drag car, and then I blew up that motor, and then I got a K24. So we put the K24 in it.
What the dog doing?
Like I said, in like a week.
As you can see, as you can see, we're having master cylinder issues this morning, and no one has one. So we
I was literally running around.
we rigged some stuff.
I was running around for about 2 hours trying to find something to make this work, and we hope it's gonna get the job done.
I mean, it works. We drove over here to take pictures and do this video, so it's at least driving, so he'll get the race tomorrow.
I'll be honest with you, I was wondering what was making some rattling noises under the hood when we drove over here. I got a little scared. I thought it was the trans. Obviously, it's a K24, K24A2, 6-speed trans. My old radiator that I ran on a fucking drag car. Excuse me. Pretty much my old fuel setup, besides the fuel rail and injectors and all that we had on the drag car. Same lines that go back. Handport mounts, pretty basic setup when it comes down to a road course K24 car.
Simple
Yeah.
K-swap car. Like, this is the simplest way to get on track with a K-swap. Like,
I mean, we can contest to it. This was built in a week, and I went to Honda Meet, and we had 2 full days, 1 full day of pretty much coolant issues,
Right.
but I was still on every session.
and the
Still got out on
coolant
every
issues
session.
the coolant issues wasn't the swap. It was a small radiator, stupid bolts coming
Little bolt
loose.
popped off. It's the shakedown.
Just little shit, you know,
Shakedown.
that we had to iron out. But
And like other than the pulley, the mounts, and shifter cables, and I mean throttle cable, everything was already there.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it was just together.
we built this car as like a surprise for TJ because he had some shit happen at his wedding and he couldn't work on it, and we decided to surprise him after the wedding. Like, here you go, your car is pretty much ready. So we still had to put some super late nights.
A good 3 till 3 a.m. the day before we had to go to West Michigan.
So
So
that's
that was
probably
fun.
why, you know, some of the shit, like, none of the zip ties are like cut and like trimmed because we literally built it in like 2.5 days.
To go on with the track, it's really fun because it's a whole new suspension setup on it too. So being able to learn how to adjust everything, especially when you're coming into different tracks like this, it's actually really interesting to be able to get that going. Pepperoni pizza, if anybody wants it, I'm selling them for $5 a piece. So if you guys want to go that, just let me know.
Fun fact about this car, this is how Rudz racing started. This is the very first roll cage I ever built. It's ugly. Don't look at it.
Yeah,
But-
my underwear.
He was my first actual customer. So TJ trusted me enough to, when I started Rudz racing, I wanted it to be more fabrication, and I was by myself. So, you know, obviously I built the business off of shit I wanted to do. Build Hondas, build motors, build roll cages. Roll cages were kind of my thing for a super long time. I really enjoyed doing them. But his was the very first customer paid roll cage. I've done my own for a few, and you know, I did some shit for my family members, but his was the first customer paid roll cage, and we're gonna cut it out and redo it for GLTC because he's gonna start racing actual GLTC with this car eventually.
After we iron some stuff out.
Yeah, Rudz racing kind of started with this in a little 3-car garage in Kenosha that, you know, and now I turned it into what we have today. So it's pretty cool fun fact. You know, it's not by any means the coolest roll cage. It was designed more for drag racing, so it's got straight bars. It's got the kickers that tie into the chassis, so it's pretty roll cage setup for drag. So
I mean, more or less is the main hoop like pretty similar to that car. So I was looking at it earlier, but
yeah,
like,
they're very similar. That was one of the first ones I built too, and we'll go over that car. But yeah, TJ's whip. Sick.
there's a lot of EGs around here.
The EG. We never talked about this car really before. Anyone who follows me or my Instagram, this is my wife's car.
It's also on our website.
Yeah.
Vern's EG.
It's on the website. This is her car. I built it for her. She used to have this exact same car when we were a lot younger, and I made her sell it because I was like, no, you need a family car. So I made her buy a 4-door. So now that we can, I rebuilt her one so that she can have her own, and she races it a lot. Luckily, she's not racing this weekend, so I could race it because the S10 is down. I love driving this car. It's very fun. This time we changed the wheel and tire package, and I've never driven this track either, but we put on a squared setup instead of a staggered, and we went to the Falcon 660. I race on this tire in GLTC and it feels awesome. So I was like, we were on Toyo RRs and it was very predictable. The tires were awesome. She loved it. The car gripped up really well, but it just gets expensive, and for an HPD car, she was going through tires a lot. So we decided to try the Falcons, and this track is very fast, probably one of the fastest tracks I've been on. It's like if Road America and Gingerman had a baby, you would get Mid-Ohio. It's fast, it's got a lot of corners just like Gingerman, and it's very technical. But the tires did great today, and this car is K-swapped, obviously. We're not Jose, we're not on LS motors.
Oh, jeez.
So
We'll get to that.
it's dirty because I'm lazy and I never clean it, but me and my wife just raced the shit out of this car, and that's it. It's a stock K20 out of a Type S. Stock Type S trans. I don't even have the diff in it yet. I should have put it in, but this was like her learner car. She had an RSX before this that she did two Honda meets on, and then we got rid of it and built this chassis because the EG chassis is a lot easier and to make changes and stuff, and it's more predictable than an RSX chassis. So we built her this chassis just recently, so we didn't put LSD in it right away. I have it. Obviously we're going to put it in next year, but for now this is what it is. Basic bolt-on K20, nothing fancy. Car makes 220 to the wheels, and it's really fast on track. Like, it's an awesome car. So anyone that wants a very fun track car, basic K-swap, don't get too crazy with it. Just do good suspension, make sure your alignment's dialed in right, and just go have fun, because this car literally turnkey, go have fun. It's very, very simple, as you can see. It's just a full-size radiator, K-swap, little intake that I made that I could like quickly disconnect for if it rains, good wheel and tire package, good suspension. And then we did this cage. This cage we did a long time ago. That's one of my first ones as well, but it's a double X, so the main hoop is X'd, and then in the back is X'd. It's more or less just for the cool factor. I mean, I'm sure it's obviously safer, the more bars the better, but I just did it because it looks cool and I wanted to show off what I could do.
So you don't say it enough, but this car was literally in a box.
Oh yeah. This car, it definitely came in a lot of boxes. So when I bought this car from one of my friends, Brian, it was literally on a shelf in his garage, like 100% disassembled. There was not a nut or bolt or suspension or anything on this car. It was literally, they picked it up and put it on a homemade shelf in his garage, and then everything else was in boxes. Like, the pedal assembly was 100% taken apart. Every bag was individually like labeled with this piece, that piece. Like, there was so much shit. I literally put this car together. Every single nut and bolt I put on it. So, and it's all OEM, unless it's like a used OEM that I had on it. But every nut and bolt on the car is OEM, and I can't say enough about how awesome and simple this car is. And my first day at Mid-Ohio was awesome. This is probably my favorite track, and it's very fast, very fun.
Hey, it's Lou.
Sweet Lou on the pit bike, ripping. Yeah, my first day at Mid-Ohio, probably, I'm gonna say it, this is probably my favorite track to drive. I had a little scare at Road America in this car, so I'm not so confident in the braking zones, but overall I picked up 3 seconds today. So
yeah.
We were in the mid 140s, so
yeah, you dropped a lot of time and found confidence.
But yeah, as I get more confident in the car, it's just so fast. I'm not used to it, and like I said, I had a scare at Road America where I almost really totaled the car, so I just take it easy in the braking zones. I don't want to crash like some people.
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
So Jose, how was your first day at
Well,
Mid-Ohio?
so for the start of this video, I already made a clip kind of talking about how on the way here I just hit the 76,000 mile marker I bought this car when it was at 65,000 miles, and I mean, it's been a process. I've never touched the Bondo or exterior. I just worked on suspension, tires.
So Jose bought it like this. This is not Jose built.
Yeah. I just want people to know that
He
because
bought it like that.
Yeah.
Because I thought that he did it, and I was like, dude, your car is ghetto as hell.
Right. And like.
But now I know he didn't do it, so.
Right. I picked it up like that. I sprayed some primer in a couple spots. Not a big deal, just whatever. But this car always had a big goal and aspiration to drive a sanctioning body that would be chill and exciting. And then as I kind of got through high school and all that, I figured out about Gridlife. And it just kind of sprouted into what it is now. It's super simple. The whole goal was just to show people that it doesn't take anything to go to the track. Like, it's an LS motor, stock motor. The wheel bearings are 30 years old.
I mean, the main thing about going racing is just having fun. And this car, obviously, hitting the wall is never fun.
Yeah, but
unless you're Jose, because for some reason he's all smiles today and he crashed his car, and we all know he loves this car. But
yeah, this car
but
brought me a lot in life, and I wouldn't have never expected it. But coming to this track was kind of a big goal as well. I kind of wanted to do this track more than I wanted to go to Honda Meet and Midwest Fest. So I thought it was pretty crazy that only just Wednesday I got my ticket secured, and now I'm here. But yeah, I really just wanted to come to this track because I've never even watched, like, I mean, I've seen like the guys on YouTube doing, you know, their whole Time Attack series builds and all that, but I've never really watched the track.
Right.
And a big thing, in my opinion, is going to a track and not knowing anything about it. And so seeing this crazy track, you don't have an opinion.
yeah,
None of the guys at the shop have an opinion.
Right.
No one has an opinion. I wanted to be there and just learn. So
I mean,
I got what
awesome.
I wanted to learn. you know?
It was awesome. We had fun, and dude, going out on the first session, I never even looked at a video of this track.
Right. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause,
So
like,
I wanted to come into it like knowing nothing, and dude, I was like, okay, I go left here, I go right here, and then after a couple laps, so that was fun.
but yeah, it's a stock, well, mostly stock LS motor. Bottom end stock. Yeah, we put, I found Brian Crower cams pretty dirt cheap, and that was kind of like the first thing that DJ and, well, at the first shop that I really did.
That was Jose's entry to Rudz Racing. Like, hey, you got to work on your own car first, and if you don't fuck it up, cool. So we let him in the shop, and he figured out pretty much how to do what, cams, springs.
Yeah, I did. It took all day because you guys had the tool where my weak little arms couldn't pull the valve spring tool down, so I did it like all day while you guys were moving into the shop or grabbing something from Mark. But yeah, so cams, bolt-ons, you know, I really didn't need it, so it's stock, but it made 150 wheel, and for that, for a B20, that's stock power, which is what everyone has pretty much. So, but
basically someone could have
transmission's about the craziest thing on this car. V16 gear set with a 5.0 final drive, which probably like more like 4.9 or whatever, but
which no one will probably get their hands on anymore because they're probably as extinct as the dinosaurs.
yeah, but Fortunato coilovers, and then a rear camber kit, and then everything else is
Falcon
stock
tires.
suspension. Oh yeah, the 615s, which I wore through the rears because I have them on the fronts, and I didn't put my adjustable camber kit on that I have, and a lot of negative camber wore through it at Honda Meet.
This is factory camber. Like, it doesn't even make sense on how that is factory camber.
And that's like very minimal toe.
Something's got to be bent. Look at
It's the same on both sides.
Factory camber, and then I actually have camber kits, and he has more camber than me.
But yeah, so I don't know. Mid-Ohio for me, first session was awesome. I really didn't push hard at all. Second session was getting pretty sideways. Sweet Lou said that he saw me bouncing and hopping all over the place. So after that, we stiffened up the suspension, went out for that third session, and DJ was right behind me.
So Jose went off because I 100% was like, on his ass, trying to race with him, trying to have fun. Like, I wanted to watch his line, and I could tell, like, right out the gate that he was like, I'm trying to do my best. And, like, I was trying to stay back far enough that you wouldn't, like, feel pressured.
Well, I felt like I was chilling, but it's not,
I could tell you were sending
there's
it.
a
Like,
little bit of
if this is at the end of the video, they would have already seen the clip. You can judge that Jose was 100% out driving the car. Like, he's not a bad driver. He was out driving the car. He broke super late. This is the corner right here that he crashed. So he came up over the hill, and me and my wife were in the car just watching. Like, she was videotaping. It was her first time on the track, and Jose was sending it, and it was fun, and she's filming, and then
as I went to turn in, it just plowed right off. And as soon as I got to the grass, I ripped the e-brake, and I got lucky there because then it just pancaked into the wall.
He definitely did like a back and then smack, but that's what happens when you're racing with your friends. Sometimes you just go a little too hard, and, you know, unfortunately, accidents happen, but that's just part of racing. So,
but
I mean,
this is literally the best outcome for me for Mid-Ohio, and it's funny to say that because
he crashed his car, and he crashed his car, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you know, that was the funnest thing I've ever done." But I mean, my wife would probably kill me if I crashed this car, and I almost did. And actually, I scratched her wheel at Road America once, and yeah, I did that when I almost crashed at Road America, and I'm surprised that I'm still here because I fucked up her wheels. I think that's pretty much it for this video, right? I mean, maybe we'll show some shenanigans, or maybe they've already seen it, but
maybe
a little
I'll
breakdown.
Maybe we could do 2 videos, because it's probably getting a little long, so maybe we could do 2 videos and try to get TJ to lend us that GoPro. Do a little in-car for
maybe.
Sunday.
Or it'll be a long video.
So we took the DA to go get gas and make some adjustments in the tune.
And get Krusty Krab pizza.
And Krusty Krab pizza. And Vern gives us the gas can without no lid.
Thanks, Vern.
Yep.
Now Jose's car's gonna smell like gas because his TPS is all fucked up and he can't drive.
Fast and Furious. Bang.
Street tuning.
Bang. Bang. Bang.
Your TPS is so fucked.
It's so bad.
It like reads like 320.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Hey, don't spill the gas in the trunk.
I'm trying not to.
There's a lot of gas in the trunk with no top.
I'm going fourth. And it's worse. It's worse.
Well, I can't go.
I don't want you guys to go. I'm just trying to prepare myself.
Bernie, you go with us. Double up on the pit bike. Go get the fucking cookie.
Ride butts to nuts with TJ on our tiny pit bike that I
mean, it's
barely
better than
fit
me.
on with a toddler.
It's better than me and him riding nuts to butts on.
I mean, is it though?
Yes.
I think you guys should.
I'll be honest with you, I would prefer to walk if it comes down to that situation.
It all sounds bad. I don't even want to ride
There's
butts
a lot
nuts
of
with you.
a lot of nuts to butts going on here, and I don't want any nuts near my butts. So
It just depends on how much you want that cookie.
I mean, I can go over there.
But clearly
gonna
the
have
Pick
that-
and Save cookies aren't doing it for you.
No,
so.
TJ's gonna have that cookie fly back.
Hey, if it's a Sweet Lou cookie, it's probably pretty good.
Fuck.
So you get really upset.
I didn't.
This is your go-to.
Sorry.
No, this is just, I don't want to drink any more vodka, so I'm going to shotgun a few of these.
I feel like a real piece of shit tomorrow.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Feel better?
Oh, also, I forgot to tell you, I was in the shower, and whoever was on the other side of the shower, they were talking about sharting themselves. They were afraid to fart because they think that they're going to shart, and he says that it's actually one of his downfalls.
What, is he talking to himself?
No, it was two guys. It was two guys talking. Yeah, it was an awkward conversation. I didn't know what to do. And then one guy
was in the middle stall, like.
Guys, I'm here.
I shut my shower off and I was just like, I'm gonna hurry up and get the fuck out of here.
So wait, why didn't he just walk to the?
No, what do you
It's
call
like
it?
15 feet away.
No, the one dude farted and he goes, "Oh, excuse me," and then the other guy was
Did he
just
say
like,
it like that though?
It was pretty awkward like that.
I think
don't
the
it was
dudes.
that.
I think the dudes walked out of the shower as I was walking in.
It was.
I think I could tell who you're talking about.
Yeah.
just by
The one guy was
two
laughing. He
dudes
was like he kept laughing like that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy right now?
You sharting in the shower, dude.
And he told him to do
He
the.
shotgunned too many Bud Lights.
He told him to just stomp it out. Basically, I don't know exactly what he
What?
said. He was like, yeah, if you had something come out, you just do the old stomp trick.
What?
Yeah, he
That's
basically.
a thing?
I've never done it. He basically told him if you shit in the shower, you stomp it in the
You
drain.
just ground it in the drain.
Oh.
Fucking sick.
Wait,
Okay.
I've heard of people peeing in the shower, but people.
I tried to stick my face under the shower head so I didn't have to hear anything, but they just kept talking, and it slowly got worse and worse and worse.
Welcome to Gridlife.
I mean, there was.
if this is the end of the video, the next one will probably be what? Our time drifting, maybe? Or
Whatever you want.
who knows? It'll be something cool.
It'll
and
probably be forever away.
12 people probably watch it, but hey, fuck it. So, later.